Hi, I'm Mike Hughes, and this is Felipe. When the new owners bought Felipe and brought him here, he was horribly underweight. His hooves were long. He was spooky, scared. He was in a lot of pain throughout his back and whatnot. It's obvious that the prior owners, before the new owners bought him, so the prior owners, it was very obvious they did not take care of him very well. They were pretty abusive on him, and it's just they were just horrible, horrible divorces, and they should be ashamed of themselves and turned in. I don't know who they were, but this is the condition he came in, and them saying there was nothing wrong with him, it was just a lie, and those type of people are just in this for the money. But we're not here to talk about this today. We're here to talk about Felipe and the behavior issues that he was going through. So when he first came here, like I said, he was in a lot of pain. We did have vets come out. We did have chiropractors come out. They readjusted his back along with his rib cage, the rest of his body. They got him totally out of pain, and we put some weight on him. We got his hooves done, so he looks really good now. But even after all that, with what he went through, which again was just horrific, horrible. But we can't change the horse's past. All we can do is work on changing his future. So at any rate, I started getting on him, riding him around a little bit, and I probably rode him 5 or 6 times in this arena that we're in now. And you can see where he was trying to protect his back, which we'll show you here in a little bit. And he held his head up high, which he was trying to protect his mouth. I know it was no longer a pain-related issue because we went over and made sure he was not in any type of pain anymore. So that's the number one cause behind behavior issues. Now let's go into the behavior issues a little bit. When a horse comes into training with me that has behavior issues, it is my job to start peeling back the layers and listening to the horse so I can get to the root cause of the behavior issue. Without peeling back the layers and listening to the horse, I'm never going to know what the root cause of the horse's bucking or spookiness, whatever, but not what the root cause of the problem is. I'm never going to know what the root cause of the problem is. And it's kind of like, you take your vehicle into the mechanic because it's running bad. It starts changing out parts, he's never going to find the root cause of why your car was running bad. Now if he does a diagnostic on your car and gets to the root cause of the problem, then he'll go ahead and change that part and your car runs great again, as long as there's no other further problems. Or it's like the doctor. You go into a doctor and say, doctor, I'm sick. What's wrong with me? I can't know. I'm laying around all day, my stomach hurts, my head hurts, whatever they may be. And the doctor will run blood tests to figure out what's going on with you. And without the doctor running the blood test, he's never going to know what's wrong. For that, he's never going to know what medication to prescribe to you. So when it comes to horses, mainly with behavior issues, or horses, one day you just take them out and they're not really doing what you want them to do, it's very important we start peeling back the layers and finding the root cause of the problem. And we found Felipe's root cause of his problem. What ended up happening is I rode him in here 5 or 6 times. He did really well for me. He did really well for the owner. And then she took him out to the trails where she said he did really well. As soon as she came back, there was somebody in the round pen. They were having a horse lunge in the round pen. They snapped the whip, and then he spun, bolted, and started bucking, and she got bucked off. So with saying that, now we've got to go into the horse's muscle memory. So now I know what caused the bucking behavior, and it was the horse's muscle memory from the way the horse was treated in the past. All right, from the abuse and everything, and we're going to go over a little bit that here in a few minutes and showing you the before videos and the after videos. So along with that, we started teaching them different little cues here. One of the cues is teaching him how to lower his head. If I start picking up the reins a little bit, he'll start dropping his head a little bit and drop it down. Now the reason we went over this exercise is because when you see horses are nervous, scared, higher than a kite, their heads are always up here. Stress, anxiety, their heads are always going to be up here somewhere. You don't see horses like that with their heads down. So what we did is we taught him an automatic calm down cue. When I pick up the reins, it means for you to drop their head, and horses automatically relax when they drop their heads down. So it was a really good cue for him to learn. Now, you'll see some previews of when I was on him before, asking him the side pass, asking him to back up and whatnot. and he was really trying to protect his mouth and his back, even though I know he wasn't in pain anymore because we had all the chiropractors and vets out here. He wasn't in pain anymore. So I know it wasn't a pain-related issue. It was a muscle memory issue. And then when certain things happen around him, he'd want to bolt. As you can see, he's not a real spooky. He's not a spooky horse. And the times I've had him out on trails, he was pretty good out on the trails. He was kind of new to trails, but you could tell the difference being new to the trail and being very, very spooky about everything. All right. So he had a fear issue because of the abuse in the past, and he thought something bad was going to happen. Even when I've been on him, he thought bad things were going to happen. So in backing up, he'd want to hold his head up high.
So this is a before picture of him backing up. You can see his head is really high. He's trying to protect his mouth and his back from before. Now here he is about 2 weeks later backing up, and he looks really good. He's trying to keep his head down for me, and he's doing really well. So here's side passing to the right to the left, and you can see he's again trying to protect his mouth and his back from the abuse. And here we go today to the left. His head is staying a lot lower, and then going back to the right, you can see he's staying a lot lower. So he's doing really well.
Alright, so side passing's gotten a lot better. His backing up's gotten a lot better compared to how it used to be. So again, we got to the root cause of the problem, and we started solving it under saddle. Now on the ground, he was nervous of the lunge whip that we were using to lunge him around a little bit. So let me show you that exercise here.
So again, here's before with him racing around when I picked up the whip, and I'm going to go ahead and drop the whip and start getting him slowed down. This is muscle memory from the abuse. And now here's an after. He's doing so much better. I pick up the whip, and he's not trying to race around, and he just goes trotting off. So there's your before and your after from the muscle memory and working with him. And he's doing outstanding today, and he's overcoming, and we're making a better future for him.
Okay, now we're doing some exercises. You can see the difference in them, but the only way we were able to solve the issue is by getting to the root cause of the problem was his muscle memory from the past. So we hope this helps. Be sure to join my membership page. Go to Google, type in my Hughes Horsemanship members page, and we can show you a lot more exercises through my training videos, which are step-by-step, easy to follow methods on behavior issues, or if you're starting on horse, stall vices, which we do have videos on how to solve cribbing, weaving, stall walking, stall pawing, kicking in the stalls. We've solved all of those issues through training without any type of stall vice, whatever you call them, stall vice, like cribbing collars, anti-cribbing and anti-stall vices for the poor horse. We actually solved the video, or solved the behavior issues, which we're going to be doing the conclusion to crib free, and it's going to be called Listening to Your Horse, which is going to be the sequel to crib free. And crib free is solving behavior issues, cribbing through training, not through anti-cribbing devices. All right, so we hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on my Facebook, on my membership page on Facebook, and also join my Facebook on the internet. And I do have another page on Facebook, a business page. Like us and follow us, and we'll constantly be putting new tips, new training videos up on there, and my membership page. So we hope you enjoyed it, and thank you. Have a great day.